Hello guys and welcome to a new Etheria restart video. Today I'm going to give you one of the best PvE teams you can create to clear most of the endgame content. The best part about this setup is being completely free to play friendly because I won't be using any SSR tier animus. So without further ado, let's get this show started. First we have Yang. He is considered one of the best support in the game for any type of content. His S2 grants all allies attack and crit chance buff. So having him on the team means you have 30% crit rate less to worry about when building your main DPS, since they will only need 70%. His S3 hits a single enemy multiple times and increases all allies' attack gauge by 10%. When Yang crit with this skill, he has a chance to strip one buff from the enemy, which is very helpful against certain bosses who keep buffing themselves. His S1 also hits a single enemy, and when he crits with it, he increases his own attack gauge. So Yang can cycle his skills super fast and maintain the team buffs at all times. For his build, I recommend going full speed with 70% crit chance and some effect accuracy for his S3 strip to land. For his shell, I personally use Jackal Guard because it grants him a speed buff for 3 turns and also increases his attack gauge. Next we have Sania, the best SR healer, cleanser, and reviver in my opinion. She is very easy to build and can be used as a healer in every content. Her S3 grants allies protection, which increases their max HP and can stack 2 times. It also heals an ally and can revive them in return of an extra cooldown cost. What makes Sania a great support is her S2 passive that allows her to heal 2 allies and cleanse 1 debuff from them at the end of her turn. So building a fast Sania with decent HP can make your team survive hard content easily. Her S1 attacks a single enemy and increases her own attack gauge. For her build, I recommend speed, HP, and some effect resistance. Having her immune to debuffs will make it easier for her to utilize her passive and S3 at all times. For her shell, I like to use Supernova for that extra healing and the heal over time buff. But you can use any shell effect you like. Moving on, we have Dorothy the Wisher, and she is an insane support as well, even for PvP. Her S3 grants all allies crit rate and lifesteal effect, which allows them to absorb some of the damage dealt as HP. Her S3 also cleanses 1 debuff, and if she crits with it, it turns into 2 debuffs cleansing. Her S2 pushes 1 ally's attack gauge by 50% and grant them crit damage buff, and reduce all their skill cooldowns by 1 turn. If this skill also crits, the attack gauge becomes 100%, so it's basically an extra turn. This means you should build Dorothy with high crit chance in order to benefit from all her kit. For her build, I recommend going full speed with 70% crit chance and some bulk. For her shell effect, I personally use Jackal Guard as well, because of the speed buff and attack gauge increase. That way, Dorothy can cycle her skills super fast. Last but not least, we have Dinah, one of the best SR DPS for any content and a must-build unit. Her S3 is super stacked because it attacks all enemies and decrease their defense and land vulnerable debuff, which makes the target takes increased damage on top of the defense break. She also has a unique effect, which makes her inflict a debuff called Erosion if she attacks an already vulnerable enemy. And what that does is inflict true damage on the enemy and increases Dinah's attack gauge, so she can be a debuffer and a damage dealer at the same time. Her S2 attacks a single enemy and have a chance to inflict up to 3 stacks of Erosion on them. Her S1 attacks a single enemy as well and have a chance to reduce their attack gauge. These 4 animus are insanely strong and can be used to clear most endgame content, especially if you are trying to auto-farm and progress. Now I'm going to showcase them for you in different type of modes, so please enjoy the rest of the video, and don't forget to leave a like and comment what you want to see next.
I'm all the sins that you can't confess. I'm just your ghost if we're not undressed. A part of me wish that we never met, but you act like we never. Got you wasted in the bathroom of your parents' house. Then you kissed me in the backseat of a taxi ride. And we said things that were cheesy, but we meant them. There were feelings, and now you deny it. You're in love with the idea of me, but you're not in my reality. Find it hard to leave a picture in, 'cause my reality ain't your reality, no. you can't confess. I'm just your ghost if we're not undressed. A part of me wish that we never met, but you act like we never. Got too wasted in the bathroom of your parents' house. Now you kissed me in the backseat of a taxi ride. And we said things that were cheesy, but we meant them. There were feelings, and now you deny it. You're in love with the idea of me, but you're not in my reality. Find it hard to even picture it, 'cause my reality ain't your reality, no.
You're pulling all my walls down. I've never been exposed like this before. I'm good at shutting you out. I've always had a way of keeping closed. Beating, hiding, I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you're finding I've been too much on your plate, I'll keep hiding, calling out your name, calling out your name, calling out your name, calling out your name, calling out your name. Beating, hiding, I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you're finding I've been too much on your plate, I'll keep hiding, calling out your name, calling out your name, calling out your name. Tell me how you're feeling since you got me out in the open. Now I'm ready to dive in.